Shake, and all other stakeholders, all protocol observed. My message is 2 lessons from my archives directed to the performing learners. And by the time I'm done giving you those 2 lessons, I'm going to give out 3 books out of my 13 books that I've written to the learners that are going to answer my questions after this presentation. So you better listen attentively. Within each and every one of you, intrinsically, there is a sensory system that is there. And if you don't take note of the sensory system that is there, you'll fail to execute certain assignments extrinsically. So I'm going to talk about 2 sensory systems of the 5 that I usually talk about that have to do with how you perform in your trajectory of performance. And one of them is the visual sensory system, which has got to do with your vision. But vision is naked if it's isolated from mission. Because mission is the work ethic you employ to materialize the vision. So the vision becomes the bigger picture you have about the future. But in order for you to materialize that bigger picture, there are principles that you need to adhere to make sure that eventually that bigger picture is materialized in your life. Vision has got to do with the future, not your current setups. In your current setup, you only see the impact and the outcomes of your current situations through sight, not through vision. Sight is limited to what is happening, but vision is open for what can happen in the future. You cannot define yourself based on sight, because some of the situations that you are experiencing today, you are not the cause of them. And if you are going to define yourself based on them, it means you are defining yourself amiss. But when you define yourself based on the vision of your future, you are defining yourself in the correct way of defining yourself, because that is what you see in your near future. And what you see, you'll be able to seize at the right time. Vision has got to do only with the future, not with the past, not with the current circumstances. If only you know the past and you know your current circumstances, today you have a challenge before you to develop a vision that has got to do with your tomorrow, your future, and the time to come. When you get to the time to come, it will be your current time, which is materialized from the past time. But you can never materialize from the past time in the future time what you don't see in the current time. You got to see it from today in order for you to live in it tomorrow. The visual system must be activated because it is a system that transcends the windows that we call eyes. These are not your real eyes. These are windows you see through your eyes that are beyond and behind these windows that you see through. Your eyes are the eyes of vision, not the eyes of sight. And that's why when a person is dead, they can have their eyes open, but they don't see. Because it is their real eyes that are behind the windows that are seen. And those are the eyes which you need to activate. When you have activated those eyes, you don't care the environment that you are operating from. It may be a limited environment, but what you see through the eyes of vision will cause you to emerge as a success, even when you are operating from a limited environment. But the second one is the proprioceptive sensory system. And I said this message is directed to the learners, so I want to repeat terminology. You got to catch it quick and fast because your minds are nimble, your brains are sharp, and you got to catch what I'm saying very fast. The proprioceptive system has got to do with you measuring your progress in terms of performance. You should be able to sit down and ask yourself, how have I done in the past 3 months? And when you are exposed to what you have done in the past 3 months, you can then sit in the drawing board and develop a strategy that counters the limitations of the past 3 months in order for you to influence the performance of the next 3 months. If you are not measuring your progress, then anywhere you are becomes your destination. But if you are measuring your progress, you know when you have not yet arrived where you are destined to arrive, because you are measuring your progress. So proprioceptive has got to do with your orientation in space. We talk about the kinesthetic sensory system, which has got to do with your muscles and your movements in space, how you progress and how you measure your progress. If you don't measure your progress, mediocrity will be the reality of your life. And when you achieve mediocrity, those who are underperforming will celebrate your mediocrity as if it's excellence, and that will cause you to camp where you are supposed to progress. Don't stay where others say you belong. Stay where you know that you belong. And how do you know? You develop a vision for your life and you measure your progress going forward. Thank you. God bless you.